So Stephanie is absolutely incredible. She is an Adams Actualization certified facilitator. She is a corporate executive leader. She currently manages and leads over 170 employees. She has got an incredible story. She is a woman after my own heart with the way that she leads and shows up. She's bringing arrows up alignment inside of corporations, and I cannot wait for you to hear her share with me, speak her soul, her magic. Welcome to the stage, Stephanie! Woo! Yeah! Yeah, girl! You're gonna be right here. Woo! Give it up for Stephanie! Got it?
I get a cord and everything?
You got a cord, but we're going to be able to hear you.
Okay.
So, is it work? Is it
Mic
check,
check.
baby, check?
Do I need to turn it on? Hello?
All right, we need a little tech assistance up here. And if we need to get an older one, we can that we had.
Can you hear me?
Yay! Okay, so how this is going to go is I'm going to ask Stephanie some questions, and she's going to speak her soul for y'all. So the first thing that I want to just ask is, what is our story, our connection? Like, what was it? What was the moment? Where were you in time when you found me, and how did you find me? Oh, you're going to make me cry. So I'll just leave that question there.
It was a moment in time where I was at my lowest of lows. I had just lost my only son, and Suzanne kept showing up on my feed, and I was a blank slate. I was broken, and I didn't know what life had to offer me anymore. And honestly, it was just a moment in time where literally this beautiful woman, and she's Southern and I'm from Texas, and so there was just I don't know, through the ethers, something that just connected me, and I continued to follow her. And it was probably about 13 months after I lost him that she was advertising a Speak Your Soul event. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't have like hopes and dreams of being on a stage. I knew that I had a story to tell, but I thought this kind of sounded cool, and it was in California, and I'd never been here, and I thought, well, I'm just going to do it. I can either make peace with my broken pieces, or I can die inside. And so I have taken the path that was in 2022. I've taken the path of making peace with my broken pieces, and have been in her inner circle since then. And I'm certainly not the same, and I've not even anywhere where I used to be, and I haven't come this far to only come this far.
Amazing. So tell us just a little bit about your corporate background, and like what are you do? What are some things that you're proud of that you bring to your team from a leadership perspective?
Sure. I'm a veteran corporate leader, been in corporate America for 30 years. I said that to someone earlier, and they said, I'm sorry. And yes, I'm sorry. But the one thing that I do get to do, even though that it is corporate America, is I get to lead from a place of heart and compassion and teaching emotional intelligence. Yes, I do have a large team that is underneath me. I have probably 12 directs that I deal with on a daily basis, but really just getting to watch their lights turn on. It's more than just the operation and efficiency and the bottom line revenue that we all talk about in corporate America. It's really about being able to invest in your largest investment, and that is your people, and they'll pay dividends for you hand over fist if you'll just give them a safe place to perform and be the leaders that they really are.
Amazing. Okay, so you and I met. You saw me on your feed, Instagram. See, all social media. If you hate it, like
Heal
it
with it.
can bring you like incredible people.
Can I tell one funny story about that?
Please.
So in 2019 or so, I lost my Facebook of 11 years. Like, I was really big into child sex trafficking and human trafficking and all the things, and really wanted to be
Meaning an advocate for
yes,
it.
right. That's what I was going to say. Hold on.
Let's be clear
Hold on.
on that.
Let me clear. I huge advocacy for it, and I was posting about this. Well, you know how things are so polarizing that at the time Facebook literally deleted my entire Facebook, so I had nothing. And I had a grieving process over that because it was 11 years worth of pictures and all the things. And so it kicked me off. I was off social media for about a year and a half because of it, but God. And then when I reconnected, that was in 2020-ish, 2021, they finally let me have my Facebook back. And then, of course, life happened, and then I connected with you. So it's crazy. When I say heal with social media, there is an opportunity. It washed out all of that I had on my feed, and I was able to build anew.
So, But God, you have recently published a book. So her book is called But God. Tell us a little bit about the principles of that book.
Sure. It was a labor of love for me because we all have a story. We all have a whole lot of life that we've lived. And for me, it was just a safe place for me to dump all my journals into one location, and with the hopes that it's a tool that will help other women step into their own empowerment, their own truth. And I published it on my son's birthday.
Let's have a moment for Cade. How old was he when he passed?
Barely 21.
So with but God was dedicated for him in his memory, correct?
Absolutely.
And he is so here with you every single day, guiding you and leading you.
So proud.
Yeah.
So what's the vision for But God that you want to see, like the ripple effect take?
It really is about standing in your own authenticity, standing in your own messy. Someone used that word earlier, and to know that you don't have to have it all together, and to really acknowledge what life has handed you, and do it, and give yourself grace and compassion. I think that we really and truly walk in this world giving everybody else grace and mercy, and we don't give it to ourselves. And we don't do a lot of inner reflecting because we're all rooted in our codependency. And it's our codependency that keeps us stuck. Oftentimes, I'm a recovering codependent because I want to fix and I want to help. And that's probably why most of you are in this room, is because you have a heart and a desire to help other people. But I would say maybe you need to look in the mirror to make sure that you're helping yourself too. And this was an opportunity for me to kind of flush that out and put it all on paper. In a messy manner. It's not, it is fantastic. Let me just say that. I won't say that it's not. And it has a lot of reflection questions. I've read Body Keeps the Score. And for me, journaling has been a huge outlet for me, but sometimes I don't even know what questions to ask myself. So it is a tool for women to be able to use, and men. For me, I feel like I have a heart and a passion for women, raising my son as a single mom, and just to do some inner work. And if it's a book that you're looking for an English major or a grammatically correct or any of those, that's probably not your book to read, because it really is my heart and soul of just speaking how I speak, just like I am on stage. So,
thank you. Amazing. You made a post the other day that made my heart so happy, which was your card from your team, and they wrote arrows up.
yes.
So tell me what it's been like taking the Adams Actualization Activation, the A3 model is what we also call that, because I know you've also spoken in other companies, but bringing it into your company, like, tell me, like, take me behind the scenes. I want to know.
Yeah. So every year I hold a leadership.
Let's move your chair this way a little bit and see if that helps. And if not, I'll give you this one.
Is that better?
I think so.
Like real center stage.
There we go.
I every year I hold a. Let me just see if I can get this right, the right frequency. Every year I hold a leadership meeting, if you will, or workshop. And wow, a lot of us can talk about strategy and initiatives and culture and all the things that go along with corporate America. I make it a point at least this one time a year. This year was probably the one of the years that made my team most uncomfortable because the mission was by the time you end today, you're going to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and that's how we're going to take this to the next level. And I took this blueprint into that meeting space, and we talked a lot about that and what it meant for themselves. And there were a lot of tears, which doesn't happen a lot in corporate America. We talked a lot about emotional intelligence and what that meant, how it meant to lead your teams from that place. And again, talking about bottom line revenue not just being about the dollars that we want to make in a company, but really us wanting to be a part of something. And if this is not their place and not where they want to be, and locking arms and us going together, then they may not be in the right place. But we did talk about, we used rocks where we kind of dumped some stuff, so staying in that bottom A. And I tried to use language that was not so woo, if you will, and really imparting that into a corporate culture. And one of my teammates, or one of the people that work under me, she had sent me a card, and she just said, honestly, I got several thank yous, but this was a New Year's card, and she just said, thank you for all you do, and she said, here's to 2026, arrows up. And so I was like, that's what it's all about.
That made me so happy to see that. So, who was at Quantum Success this September? Here, raise your hands. Did Stephanie rock the house when she spoke, or what? Yes.
Thank you, guys.
So I wanted her to model what it looks like to teach the Adams Actualization activation in a room where everybody didn't come to hear that conversation. And she nailed it, and it was so beautiful. And this really is the movement, the mission and
Mission
the
accepted.
movement. Yeah, mission accepted. So I know that, when was it you were in Sedona? 2023 at the Sedona Vortex Immersion?
24.
Okay, 2024. That's right. I know that you have told me, like you've said, Chad knows that rocked my world in the best of ways. So tell us a little more about what that means.
I didn't really know what to expect when I went to Sedona. I am Texas, okay? Southern Baptist girl, did not know anything about energetics. In fact, I was taught that if you talked anything about that kind of stuff, like, you might go to hell. So, but there was always a curiosity about me. I'd had my cards read, I had the things, and I honestly didn't know what to expect. Even coming to one of Suzanne's events the very first time, I still didn't fully understand it, and I was still struggling with my own conditioning and programming of, should I do this? Should I not be doing this? And I mean, now that I've lost my son, I'm like, I don't really care where I go, and I just want to be with where he's at, right? But I know where I'm going. But I digress a little bit. When I went to Sedona, every time I step into a room, I never know. I've learned to trust the process, especially being in Suzanne's world, because you need to just expect the unexpected and roll with it. And I think that that's a good life lesson, because that's what life hands you on a daily basis. But when I went, there were so many cool, amazing things that she does. Just connection, like authentic connection. I've made some of the best friends that I know that I could pick up the phone and call of all walks of life. And when I tell you that when I walked into the room and then you hear people's story, there was a moment in time where I felt so unworthy. And I knew that it was a time for me to look in the mirror, because I do have a lot to offer. But when I walked into the room and I hear all these million-dollar company owners and TV producers and all the people that Suzanne attracts, and I thought, if I had known that, I would have never stepped into that room because I was playing in the bottom A during that time. And one of the things that really, really rocked my world is one of the things that she did that year. And it was breath work. Again, I had no idea what breath work was. How hard could it be to go and sit in a room somewhere and act like you're praying and breathing, right? And when I say that I felt like I had been hit by a Mack truck, yeah, it was an experience in the best, most amazing way. It probably took a good few hours after that for I feel like my soul to come back into my body, but it was life-changing for me. That's all I can say. It was incredible and life-changing.
Okay, amazing. Is there anything that you want to leave the audience with, knowing where you've been, where you're going, any last thoughts that you would like to share?
There's two words that come to my mind. One is grace. And I know that I talked about that just a little bit, but just giving yourself permission to give yourself grace. And the other is courage. And that was one of the words of my intention yesterday was courage to step into whatever life's calling you to do. I know for me, there's so much on the horizon, and I have felt that since I've lost Kate. It's like, but is it coming? Is it coming? And so for me, the intention, and I hope that you'll take this away as just a little bit of a nugget, is just to step into it with courage.
Amazing. Do you want to share your vision for where you're going? You don't have to if you don't want to. If you want to claim it and be witnessed in a very powerful way, you can.
Very powerful way. I've had I'm always I'm just saying it. I feel like that I'm being called out of corporate America. Not in a sense that I'm going to step away from corporate dynamics, because I feel like I've invested a lot, but more I feel like I have a lot to offer in the way of leadership. I have a lot to offer in the way of people that are visionaries and dreamers, but don't have the acumen to be able to sustain their growth from an operational excellence and efficiency perspective. And I think that I'm like right there to be able to go out into this world and help some of those small businesses to be able to reach their next level, to make it scalable, to have some metrics around some things that they're just doing and they're dreaming, but they don't have the infrastructure and the structure in place to either sustain it or to scale it.
So yes, give it up. So her 111 manifestation, we had a VIP day, which she was a part of, a reunion actually, which she was a part of yesterday. And she said, like, this is it, is I want to take all of these skills. And I'm saying this because I want y'all to think about this. This is Unique Soul Blueprint. You have so many skills that you've used in different ways, in different capacities. And now she's saying mission accepted, because she's like, God's calling, I'm answering. And this is what it looks like. It looks like me shelving all my doubt, all the things that I don't believe that I can have, standing in my power, walking with arrows up alignment like I teach people to do, holding the resonance. When she said she found me on Instagram, that's what she was talking about. There was a resonance, and that's what she felt, soul to soul, heart to heart, put all the bullshit down. Right? So now where she's going is global stages. She wants to speak on TED. She wants to take A3 more places. She wants to build her own COO, fractional COO business, so that she can take all of the wisdom that she's used to build up these banks over the last, 30 years.
I'm only 32, it's fine.
She was a quick start. And create something on her own terms that's in alignment with her unique soul blueprint that will elevate and change the paradigms of leadership, because that is a big part of her calling.
That sounds really amazing, right? Yeah. Yay.
So, Stephanie, I absolutely love you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing. Can we give it up for Stephanie? You can just leave it. Tiffany Marley on deck. Give me a hug.